Man has hunted since the beginning of time. What began with crude weapons and animal images scrawled on cave walls has developed into a multi-million-dollar industry. From the Tilton Hiltons to the mansions in the marsh, we hunt and we cook. Everything from rabbits and raccoons to deer and ducks, while learning about the passion of sportsmen through the ages. Man's love affair with hunting is really not about the kill, but how to prepare a sumptuous wild game banquet after the hunt. Now get that camouflage apron and join me, Chef John Folse, for another Taste of Louisiana.
Funding for After the Hunt with Chef John Folse is brought to you by the Baton Rouge Area Convention and Visitors Bureau. Day is dawning on the Mississippi River and the sun is shining on Baton Rouge. Attractions, shopping, food, and Southern hospitality you know and love. Go BR and go brighter. And the Foundation for Excellence in Louisiana Public Broadcasting. Our mission is to tell Louisiana's story to the world. And by the Louisiana Department of Culture, Recreation, and Tourism. Vacation planning guides are available at louisianatravel.com. You wait all year for your vacation. Don't sleep through it.
How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. How are you? How y'all doing, everybody? Oh, y'all, what a great crowd, huh? Look at Choupique over here. Thank y'all so much. Hey, thanks, everybody, for joining me in Sportsman's Paradise for another edition of A Taste of Louisiana. I'm delighted to have all of you here in the studio audience with us, as well as all of you out across the country. I wish you could be here with us in Louisiana. It's the most beautiful place to be. I'd like to introduce our kitchen musicians today. Choupique, y'all, right here, huh? Let's give them a hand, huh? All right, good. I don't know about the music, but Choupique is a fish in the Louisiana bayous that provides some of the tastiest Cajun caviar, so you can imagine the quality of that music, right? Thanks for being with us, y'all. Today, we're going hog wild. That's right, we're hunting wild boar. That's the pigs roaming the swamps of Louisiana. Wild boar enjoyed quite a reputation in the kitchens of ancient Rome and Greece. In fact, a feast honoring Cicero featured a huge wild boar that, when carved by the chefs, revealed another wild pig inside, then another wild pig inside, then another. I guess the original turducken of Louisiana. Our love affair with the whole hog continues today, especially in the Cajun village of Mansura, Louisiana. Y'all take a look at this. I'm not going to be bashful. For thousands of years, man has hunted wild boar. At prehistoric sites in Africa, crude axes and fossils of wild pig have been found that dated between 150,000 and 60,000 years ago. During China's Shang Dynasty, wild boar were hunted in game parks. Greek spearmen hunted wild boar with the same weapon. The Romans hunted boar on foot with hounds, nets, and spears. The Roman hunt was always dedicated to Diana, to whom the boar's tusks were promised. The Emperor Charlemagne was a passionate hunter who pursued wild boar in the Ardennes back in the summer of 802. Then as now, boar hunting was always dangerous and demanded skilled huntsmen.
Most of us hunt them while either hunting deer or whatever, we're on deer stands and take our chances with them. In the last 10 or so years, we probably eat more wild boar, wild hog meat than we've ever eaten in history. The wild meat to us is better than venison, even better than a domesticated pig.
As you can see, roasted suckling pig is a delicacy that has been around for centuries. Cochon de Lait, as we refer to it in Louisiana, is one of the great social events.
Cochon de Lait is a suckling pig before it's weaned. It normally runs, it'll field dressed about 30 to 40 pounds, 45 pounds. And that's usually what the families cook around here for all the holidays. Cochon de Lait is probably of all Spanish favorite dessert. The first thing is selecting your pigs, and we normally try to get the good corn-fed pig. Once we get them selected and spread them open the way you see them right there. So we have a oil-based rub with all the seasoning mixed into it. And some people will inject it into those hams, especially the hard part to get in there. Some people will just pierce it with a knife. And sometimes, like a young pig, put a few cloves of garlic in there or whatever with it. But most of the time, it's just seasoned like that and let it sit with the skin down, where you just seep through it there for a couple of days while you have it seasoned.
One season, the pig is wrapped in a wire mesh. The wire basket is suspended from chains or hooks 3 to 4 feet in front of pecan wood, oak, or other wood fire. The pigs are first hung bone side in, hams down. Remember, it's the radiant heat from the hot coals that cook the pig, not the fire. After an hour, the pig is flipped bone in, shoulders down. After a few hours, the pig is turned skin side in, hams down, and the process continues until the pig is fully cooked.
They pull it off that rack and they pull it off on a table, take the rack off of it, and they start breaking the meat apart, and it goes into the plates.
Boy, that's called eating high up on the hog. That's what that's called, high up on the hog. Local legend tells us that veterans of Napoleon's army brought the tradition of preparation of Cochon de Lait, or suckling pig, to Louisiana in the early 1800s. Many of these soldiers settled in a town in Avoyelles Parish they named Mansura.
And Mansura, Egypt, was their last battle. Unfortunately, it was their last battle. They didn't do too good on it. His troops came here, and one of the things of cooking pigs on open fires were the troops actually had in the fields had to cook over open fires, the only way they had to eat. And the people adapted some of what the open fires with a little bit of their own innovation into it and made it a little bit better than what they had, you know.
Mansura has been designated by the Louisiana legislature as La Capitale de Cochon de Lait.
We often talk here in Louisiana or in Avoyelles Parish that if the governor or the president of the United States or the king would come here for dinner, what would we serve and it'd be any better than a Cochon de Lait? You know, it's a meal fit for a king.
Well, I tell you what, I know you're thinking to yourself, oh, I wish I'd have been there, huh? I know exactly that pork just going into. What a great place, Mansura, in that Cochon de Lait Festival out there. And the history of the suckling pig as well, or the history of cooking wild boar, as I mentioned, all the way back to Cicero. And in Louisiana, we're still doing it. We're still doing things the way they did it like thousands of years ago here, right? This is the place to come. This is the place to come if you're looking for food, y'all, in uniqueness. Louisiana, right here. Come on! Huh? All right. Let's talk a little bit about boar. I have a couple of great guys sitting on the right here at the kitchen counter who knows a lot about it, like Al Simone right here. I want to introduce Al. He's the Cajun Microwave guy we're going to talk to. And when I want wild boar, and I want wild boar cooked right, and I don't have Al Simone sitting next to me, I'll call Jeff Addison right next to him. He's the wild boar king right here. We're going to talk to him about it. Anyway, y'all, it's so great to have all of you here. Let's take a look at some wild boar. Now, if you look at this right here, you would say, that doesn't look scary. This is a tenderloin of pork. You can go into the store and buy the domesticated version of this, as I'm sure you. How many of you kill wild boar in here? Huh? One? You get me sick, the whole bunch of you. You know how many pigs need killing in Louisiana for that open fire like this? This is good meat right here. You need to get out and hunt these boars. Fact is, when Jeff was, you and I are going to talk about this, you said there was boars running wild all over Louisiana, coming into subdivisions and knocking down garbage cans. We need to turn them into tenderloin. That's what we need to do right here. Okay, there you go. All right, y'all, look here, a little smoked salt, a little paprika, a little brown sugar, a little mustard, a little, this paprika is just, this cayenne pepper is just to give it a little color, no spice. Yeah, a little extra color. And then, of course, all the herbs, thyme, basil, you know, you can be creative. I mix them all together like this, kind of mix them like that. Roll the tenderloin right in it. Isn't that good, huh? I see my buddy Paul sitting on the front row there with his multicolored tie on, thinking to himself, man, I'd eat that raw. Look at it here, y'all. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Now, we're going to come over here to my grill. I have a stovetop grill. Now, of course, if you had a Cajun microwave or you had an outdoor grill, that'd be beautiful, too. But I'm going to go right on to my cast iron. I love cooking in cast iron, don't y'all? Huh? Oh, yeah, I love cooking in cast iron. So I can kick the fire up on here a little bit, and I have one, as you can see, already cooking. I want you to take a look at how beautiful this is as I turn it. This one's, and you want to cook it about 128 degrees, huh? Yeah. Yeah, don't overcook pork. Don't overcook pork at all. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and have that. While I come back here to make my barbecue sauce, I want to talk to Al here a second, because Al, in a minute, we're going to see the Cajun Microwave in action. And I know we have one right behind you here, which we're going to see more of in a second, one like it. Tell me a little bit about the Cajun Microwave, the principle of how that box of wood cooks right there.
Well, the Cajun Microwave is basically a Dutch oven. Your heat goes on top and your radiating heat cooks the meat inside. And we don't really know how far the Cajun Microwaves go back. Typically, the story goes that it was a wooden box. They soaked in water for several days. Then they would take it out. They would put their meat inside, typically a pig. They put a layer of tin on top with some coals, thus became the Cajun Microwave. Yeah, and the flavor is actually coming from the injection of the meat inside the box, because normally the wood fires, like we saw in the Cochon de Lait a minute ago, is coming externally from the hot coals and smoke. But here, your flavor has to be generated from injection or other flavors, right? Yeah. Or other seasonings. And basically what happens is the moisture can't get out because the heat creates a barrier. So all your moisture stays in. So all your meat's going to come out moist and tender. Right, so and it keeps all that juiciness in there as well. Y'all, I'm going to cook a little barbecue sauce for this. Y'all with me here? So I'm putting a little bit ketchup. I'm making it from scratch here. This is peach barbecue sauce. In Louisiana, we have those great Ruston peaches. And you know, pork loves sweet, right? We all love sweet, huh? You love sweet, huh? Yeah. So do I. Well, I'm a sweet guy, so I'm putting a little Ruston peaches in here. And you can even season it up a little bit more with some peach preserve like this. Brown sugar has to go into it. We're the sugar state here, y'all. You know Louisiana makes the best sugar, so we're putting a little bit extra sugar down in here. So now, do we know, we talked about the history of it. You say you don't really know how long it's been, the Cajun Microwave has gone back into our history, but how long have you known of people cooking in it? Well, I built my first one 30 years ago, so that ought to give you a hint. 30 years? Yes, sir. Huh? And what would you say makes that an excellent piece of cooking equipment? It's a unique way of cooking. Everybody's looking for something different, but what happens is creating a moisture barrier, and your moisture can't get out. Your meat's come out moist and tender, so it's not for pigs anymore. We do cakes in there. We do peach cobblers, fish, lobster, just about anything you can imagine. Now, I'm with you. But if I'm going to bake, say, an angel food cake, the first thing coming to mind is not a Cajun microwave. You know? Yeah. I'm going to cook an angel food cake. Get the microwave out, y'all. I'm going to go more to conventional oven here. But I think the best thing about the Cajun microwave, y'all, not only is it great in cooking, it's a beautiful piece of cooking equipment. Louisianians are storytellers. We love to gather the crowd around us. I learned that in first grade. My crowd would gather around me, huh? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I knew I could get them with a story. I'd tell them anything, just like I'm telling you, huh? But that's what the Cajun Microwave is all about, getting people around it. It's a social event. Louisianians love food. They love music. They love camaraderie. They love excitement. The Cajun Microwave does it for them. I think that's really, other than just a good cooking, of course. We're already good cooks. That makes good stores. Hey, congratulations, the best. I think one of the best, if not the best, Cajun microwave maker in the state of Louisiana, right the hell out, huh? All right. Okay, all right, y'all, so there's my tenderloin. I'm going to let this one just cook a little bit more, and I'm going to let that cook just for a minute as I come on over. Yeah, oh, you smell that, huh? Y'all, look, on a cold day in Louisiana, which we only have one, Jeff Addison, my buddy, and I got together to cook wild boar in a Cajun microwave that I own. Y'all take a look at this. We're standing in front of my famous Cochon de Lait pits at White Oak Plantation in Baton Rouge, and I'm here with two people. First of all, my assistant, Amanda Johnson, who's doing a little work with us and keeping my Cajun microwaves going. We're going to show you that in a minute. And Jeff Addison, who's not only a dairy farmer, but a real hunter when it comes to wild boar. And Jeff, I have some wild boar. I have a front shoulder here, and I have a loin with the ribs on them. And it's really hard to tell the difference between wild boar and domestic boar.
Is there a lot of the wild pig in Louisiana?
Oh, wild pigs in the state of Louisiana is growing by leaps and bounds, and a lot of it's to do to development, and they pushing them out of their natural habitats.
Pushing them into where the subdivisions are.
And they moving them into, you know, your inland land, and your wild boars today, they eat behind your corn crops, your soybean crops, and they as good as a corn-fed domestic
I'll attest to that. Now, normally, y'all, I would hang this in a basket over that pecan wood fire back here. That's the Cochon de Lait, a hanging pig roasting whole. But today we've made it easier, just as an outdoor event, to have a good social event using the smaller oven that we call the Cajun Microwave. So, Amanda, come on, we're gonna, Jeff, you can go ahead and season this, just a little salt and pepper in there. I'm gonna, you can give me some injection. I'm gonna put this out of the way. You can inject this for me, Amanda. I'm gonna throw some pretty vegetables down into my pan. You can just fill that up for me, you got it? And I'll go ahead, this is my own injection, but you can buy injection marinades in most of the stores. There's a lot of companies that make pre-flavored injections. This is oil, this is vinegars, herbs, peppers, flavors, and just give it some good squirts in and out. Of course, all of the herbs and garlic, anything, there's so many variations to these dishes till it's pitiful. I'm gonna get a little fresh herbs in here. Jeff, you got the garlic going on it?
Got the garlic going.
Okay, now I'm gonna get a good rub, just a good rub in there. You wanna get the seasonings really done. I wanna show you look at this. Look at the meat, how white it is, and look at the fat cap on the other side. Now what I'm gonna do is let this sit for a little while in the seasonings. Now I'm gonna go over, I've already lit the fire on my Cajun microwave, and I'm gonna get this one ready to go on in. I have one already done. I'll show it to you in a minute. Let's go get the top off of this, Jeff. All right, Jeff, we're gonna pull the lid off right there. And we can put this right on the ground. Now let's grab this, and all my vegetables in the bottom, and the inside of this microwave is already hot based on the heat. Now this is charcoal, so the charcoal is gonna cook this. It's gonna take about 4 hours to get an internal temperature in this roast of about 180 degrees. And of course, I have some already done. Take a look at this. Oh, I tell you, that's good eating in Louisiana, huh, Jeff? Look how crispy that skin is right there.
Yeah, that is beautiful.
Just absolutely beautiful. Y'all, try it if you have a Cajun microwave. If not, come see me. All right. Y'all, I wanted to mention Choupique over there, my favorite Cajun, Creole, Zydeco, all of the different genres of music band right there. Choupique, give them a hand, huh? They also have a CD. They also have a great CD. I have about 15 or 20 of them. Huh? They're really great. Thank y'all so much for being here. Y'all doing great over there. Y'all, you remember I was cooking tenderloin a minute ago? Huh? Wild Boar Tenderloin. Take a look at that beautiful plate right there. Oh, yeah. I wish y'all could taste it. I wish y'all could taste it. And anyway, Laura, you come on up here and get a little bite of this. Huh? You get one right there, huh? You can share it with the table, okay? All right, huh? Okay, y'all, now that we have, y'all keep your hands off of this. We're going to get this to you after because we need to have some good, beautiful pictures of this. I got to take pictures with that, so. Anyway, okay, y'all, let's take a look at my next wild boar. You ready to take a look at my platter? We're doing wild boar chops. Look at this. You won't find this at your local grocery. Huh? You got to go out into the swamp floor pantry for this one right here, huh? So anyway, y'all, I've marinated these. I have the chops. I have a little onions. I want you to look into this bowl. This is my marinating bowl. I'm going to recreate it for you, okay? I'm going to recreate the talent that I put into this bowl right here. Onions, a little bit herbs of some kind in here. And, of course, you know, this boar, I should say, does not have any flavors or wild flavors. You know, people say, is it wild tasting? It lives in the swamp. It eats acorns. No, it tastes like it's eating at one of the steakhouses or something, you know. Of course, it has a little bit of the free-range taste to it. Free-range taste, you know what I mean? Y'all looking very skeptical out there. Free range taste. Okay, a little bit garlic. I think y'all know what I mean. And then a very high quality wine I like to eat. You didn't see that, did you? Okay, so now this has been marinating 24 hours right here, 24 hours. I'm not going to actually cook these. I'm going to put them in my skillet. Now, first I have to put a little oil. Y'all see my 19, 18 oil bottles here? Molly, you remember these. Jeff, you had Jeff, I think you still buy oil in these cans in the country, don't you? These are really beautiful oil bottles from there. This is where people used to go to the store and fill it up with the crank out of the 50-gallon drum. No, I don't sell them. Don't call me. I only have 2 of them, okay? All right, now I should put a little bacon fat in here, don't you think? Oh, yeah, look. Come on, y'all. I'm going to put it all in. Don't complain. Oh, nothing like bacon fat. Jeff, you and I are big boar hunters together, right?
Yep.
You said that like it's up on the line here or something.
No.
Yeah. No, Jeff said, yeah, John.
Yeah.
I'll say that again. Let's go. Jeff, I'm a big boar hunter, right?
Yeah.
Jeff, let me tell you a story. You know, down in New York City back in the late 1700s, the wild hogs used to roam all through New York. So, the merchants on one street decided that they would go ahead and put up a wall to keep the hogs out, and that street became known as Wall Street. You think I make this stuff up? This is true. Now, that kept the greedy pigs off of Wall Street.
Right.
Yeah, right, huh? Yeah, right. Yeah, you believe that. Woo! No, true story. But Jeff, why do I have to tell you true story? What, am I lying to you up here or what, huh? I know why. You think I'm a Cajun raconteur, right? You think I'm telling stories up here. I am. Jeff, wild boar, the flavor of it. Now, you cook a lot of it. How does it differ from domesticated, in your opinion?
It's really not too much difference in it. For the most part, your wild boars, they eating on acorns and they graze behind cows and they roam in your cornfields, your soybean fields. It's really not much difference in the texture or the flavor of the meat.
Fat. I mean, the fat content is unbelievable in wild boar. I can't tell the difference, really.
Plenty of fat in your wild boar. The taste, like I say, the taste is just about the same.
Y'all, look at this. Look at this. See that right there, huh? No, I can't do it. I can't do it. No, the taste, but you were saying that it's coming into the subdivisions now because, like everything else, y'all, we've taken away the natural habitat. So where are the wild boars coming? They're coming to us. They just keep coming to us, huh?
Yeah, as development moves the wild boar out of your swamplands, their natural habitats, they like to, your river bottoms and things of that nature. That's natural habitat to the wild boar.
But we do have a lot of them today, and we're encouraging hunters to actually go out and use more of the boar because, first of all, it's sustainable. They're coming back. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of habitat in Louisiana still for wild boar to grow and raise their young. And also at the same time, it is a great meat that's perfect for the kitchen and the home table, whereas some of the other wild game may be a little bit more, let's just say it's more palatable and people recognize it more as what they eat every day, right?
Right. And, your wild boar, they're here to stay because they have 2 litters a year. And the people.
I have a neighbor like that.
I
have a neighbor. We've been talking to the authorities about it, huh? Yeah. Hey, my marinade going right into it. Y'all with me? A little bit of the stock. I'm going to put a lid on it. It's going to go into a 350-degree oven, and it's going to cook beautifully in there. And y'all, let me show you what it's going to look like. I'm going to bring it right here to my cutting board. This is what the pot-roasted, beautiful boar chops look like. Take a look at that. Isn't that nice, huh? Just beautiful. Well, Jeff, I know they're here to stay. I appreciate you cooking with me so much. And Al, thanks for bringing the Cajun Microwave with you, and we're going to talk more about that. And Choupique, great band. And y'all, I want to thank all of you out there and everybody here in the kitchen for coming to the swamps of Louisiana and visiting with us. And I want you to remember that man's love affair with hunting is not about the kill. It's not about the skill. It's all about the feast after the hunt. See you next time on A Taste of Louisiana. We're eating more right there. Y'all, come on up, come on up, come on up here.
To purchase the After the Hunt cookbook by Chef John Folse, an After the Hunt t-shirt or program DVD, call the number on your screen. Funding for After the Hunt with Chef John Folse is brought to you by the Baton Rouge Area Convention and Visitors Bureau. Day is dawning on the Mississippi River and the sun is shining on Baton Rouge. Attractions, shopping, food, and Southern hospitality you know and love. Go BR and go brighter. And the Foundation for Excellence in Louisiana Public Broadcasting. Our mission is to tell Louisiana's story to the world. And by the Louisiana Department of Culture, Recreation, and Tourism. Vacation planning guides are available at louisianatravel.com. You wait all year for your vacation. Don't sleep through it.